How do I know which app company to go with if I'm talking to multiple app developers? What should I be looking for?
Fantastic question. So the first thing is, have they come from a successful technology background?
Okay, so
if someone hasn't come from that background and hasn't built a scalable platform, that has hundreds of thousands of monthly users at a minimum, just be careful, because building a scalable platform that gets pounded and is scaling globally versus not, there's a huge difference. And the engineers that are going to be building it, you really want to make sure that they have had experience in 10,000 people downloading it in under a minute. Otherwise, there can be massive issues, bugging out and just putting pressure on scale.
Well, on that, would you recommend if people, say an app developer companies, their portfolio on their website, would you recommend reaching out to some of the companies they've worked with to see that process?
100%. 100%. Yeah, and not just one.
Everyone.
Talk to 5. 3 to 5, and make sure you've downloaded their app. Make sure you play around with it, and make sure you ask them as many questions as possible.
And our last question from Laura: apps require consumers to take considered action and download. There are so many platforms and media choices for consumers. Does that act of downloading pose a risk for brands looking to move into that space? In that in mind, then how do you get consumer attention and assert your relevance in your target market so that people do take that first step of downloading?
Yeah. So I suppose that first step, you usually use an incentive to get them to download, whether it be a coupon or some fantastic content, and then you have to obviously make sure you can retain them. But yeah, I mean, I'd probably just say, make sure you have a niche, and make sure you've got a big point of difference to make sure that it's not just like a competitor's app.